Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polkadot and what Polkadot is all about. We're going to talk some fundamentals, what makes Polkadot unique. Of course, we're going to talk some chart analysis, dot compared to the USD dollar and dot compared to the Bitcoin chart. And apart from that, of course, we're going to start today's video with the Bitcoin chart. And why do I always start with the Bitcoin chart? Because that's this is the signal that basically determines where the whole crypto universe and all the crypto assets will go. If Bitcoin drops down, then most of the altcoins will drop down with it. If, of course, they are very much correlated. If Bitcoin start going up and potentially start hitting all-time high prices, that will bring all the industry, the crypto industry, with it. So let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And since I launched my channel, I've been nothing but right. So from 70,000, I was able to predict this huge drop down. I've told you we're going to drop prices below 60,000. Then eventually we're going to have a final shake off to shake off all the weak hands and test prices below 50,000. That's what we did. Then I've set the local top here. I will be at 65,000. Then from 65,000, I've posted over 20 warning videos between the period 23rd of August till 6th of September, saying that from 65 we're going to drop to 52,000. And then I've told you that from that moment on, I turned bullish on the in the short term as well, and I was anticipating to start hitting price of around 77,000, and that's exactly where we are here at this very moment. In the process, we formed a triangle pattern that we snapped out, and pretty much I was nailing all these markets. Here I've told you from 10th of October, once we tested this huge triangle patterns, symmetrical triangle pattern that we broke out on the 18th of September. We tested it on 2nd of October. We tested it again on 10th of October. From 58,000, we went price of around 70,000, just the way I've told you we will. And from 70,000, I've told you we're going to have a pullback and test these prices at previous local tops at 65,000 and 66,500. We turned them into support. In the process, we formed a W formation, which is a bullish signal, and then continuation of the trend, start hitting price of around 73, 74,000, almost all-time highs. And then I've told you guys, I anticipate a pullback, and the pullback will be at around 69,000. We actually overextended. We went to 67,000, and then I've told you I anticipate a huge bullish momentum and start hitting price of around 77,000. And this is exactly where we are at the moment. What else I'm telling you right now, that we're testing this huge yearly resistance line that we've tested before. It is previous all-time high in April of 2021 and November of 2021. Of course, we tested it as well in March of 2024 this year, and we tested it now again at its all-time high at 77,000. What I told you earlier, that I anticipate a correction to go below at price of around 72,000. Probably will consolidate a little bit. Then we're gonna try to take out this all-time high at 77. If we fail and we drop to further down to price of around 69,000, then I anticipate to further drop down to prices below 60,000, potentially to 59,500 by the end of the month or early next one. Form a double formation, and then the continuation, and then the correction will be over, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend on the upside and start hitting all-time highs potentially next year. Or the other scenario, as I've explained to you, if we hold this line and we consolidate between prices of around 70,000 and 76,000, and we just consolidate by 20th of November, then I anticipate and basically we start to gearing up for a huge bullish momentum on the upside. And by 20th of November, I anticipate a huge bullish momentum and start potentially hitting prices of 85 and above 85,000. Which scenario is going to play out? Well, to be fair, they're very even, and we'll see how exactly it's going to play out. I'm just trying to warn you, and I'm just trying to give you another scenario, because all these big YouTubers, they overextend, they're extremely bullish, and I just want you to see another side of the picture, that potentially we can drop down for a correction. And if we do that, I'm telling you guys, there's going to be a lot of panic. A lot of people are going to start selling, and this is when you turn bullish, and then we're going to have the continuation of the trend on the upside. But let's see how it's going to play out. Well, once Bitcoin start hitting all-time highs, I think some of the altcoins will actually outperform Bitcoin in the immediate short term, and I think Polkadot is one of those coins. Polkadot is a very useful, it's very valuable coin. It's an open source sharded multi-chain protocol that connects and secures a network of specialized blockchain, facilitating cross-chain transfer of any data or asset types, not just tokens, thereby allowing blockchains to be interoperable with each other. Polkadot was designed to provide a foundation for a decentralized internet of blockchains, also known as Web3. I mean, what is the most valuable components for Polkadot? It comes down to four. First is the relay chain, Polkadot's heart, helping to create consensus, interoperability, and shared security across the network of different chains. The second one is the parachains, independent chains. Parachains, these are like Moonriver, Kusama, which can be quite useful. Independent chains that can have their own tokens and be optimized for specific use cases. Parathreads, similar to parachains, but with flexible connectivity based on an economical pay-as-you-go model. And bridges allow parachains and parathreads to connect and communicate with external blockchains like Ethereum. So all these four components, they connect with each other and makes Polkadot truly unique and truly decentralized, and of course absolutely secured. So these are the two most valuable and unique components in any crypto asset: the decentralization, which Polkadot has, and the security, which also Polkadot has. So in my personal opinion, Polkadot has a bright future. Of course, anything I say in this video is not a financial advice, it's for pure entertainment purposes, and before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research, because everything I've said in this video and what I'm about to say, it is not a financial advice. I repeat, it is not a financial advice. But what makes Polkadot unique? Polkadot is a sharded multi-chain network, meaning it can process many transactions on several chains in parallel, parachains. This parallel processing power improves scalability. I mean, it's quite a unique blockchain, and that's why it has such a huge following. And I mean, I have to say it's one of a kind. It's a very specific coin. Let's just look at the market capitalization chart and see how potentially this thing can play out. So basically, we were consolidating in 2020 and 2021 for a short period of time between September of 2020 and December of 2020, between prices of around 3 and 4 billion market capitalization, and then we quickly snapped by May of 45 billion. Then we took this all-time high in November to 53 billion. So basically, we had over from 3 to 50. That's around 13x, around actually around 17x. So yeah, around 17x. If something like that plays out, and we measure it from the bottom, which was at around 450, that would be at around 90 billion. Well, we have to compare it to other chains such as Dogecoin and BNB Binance and Cardano ADA. I mean, they all went above 100 billion market capitalization in 2021, and every bull cycle is bigger than the previous one. So just the way the 2021 bull cycle was bigger than the 2017. If we are following that thought process, then most probably the 2025 bull cycle will be bigger than the 2021. So some of these altcoins can have valuations above 200 billion. Is that possible for Polkadot to do that? I think potentially this can play out. Of course, that's not a financial advice, as I've mentioned earlier. But let's talk about the chart of Polkadot and how potentially this thing can play out. So we are moving in this huge falling wedge. Well, everything determines on the Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin start hitting all-time high prices the way we're having, but once we're having a true price discovery and start hitting prices of above 80,000, maybe correct, and then we have the continuation of the trend and start hitting way higher prices, 85, 90, potentially over 100k, then I think Polkadot will have its day and we start having exponentially higher. Yeah, we've already snapped out of this falling wedge, and I'm not gonna be surprised if we do something what we did by the end of December of 2020 until mid of February 2021. So around a month and a half, we went from prices at around $4 for one dot to 42. So we went 10x in the period of month and a half. So if we do something like that, we're potentially gonna go and test these prices of previous all-time highs. Probably will consolidate for a few weeks, perhaps for a few months, and then we can snap at its previous all-time high. And then that's how we're gonna form the right shoulder. And if we zoom out on the weekly chart, we can form like a huge reverse head and shoulders, and potentially we can snap out of this previous all-time high, and we have a true price discovery. And I'm not gonna be surprised at all if we go and start testing prices of above $110 or potentially $120 for Polkadot. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. It's not only about the fundamentals, but it's such a huge ecosystem in that chain, with all these parathreads and parachains connecting together. It's a very unique ecosystem. So this is potentially, I think, it can play out. And of course, dot compared to the BTC, if we snap out of this falling wedge, as I've said, we can go and test this previous this all-time high compared to the Bitcoin chart, and measured, that'll be around 15x, around 15x multiply twice. Let's say if Bitcoin doubles in price, that'll be 30 multiply today's price, that'll be at around $120. I mean, listen guys, this can potentially end up to zero. So always be very conservative, be open-minded, be level-headed, do your diligence before you make your own decision. Make your own research before you make a decision, because no one knows how exactly it's going to play out. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the lovely comments, for all the support. I really appreciate it. Today I've posted another exclusive content on my Patreon. If you subscribe to my Patreon, you get a crypto guidebook for absolutely free. And also, if you subscribe, you get my other book, over 70 pages filled with very useful information. The art of chart analysis, how to spot the bullish trend, the bearish trend, basically how to become a sophisticated trader. You can gain quite a lot of knowledge by reading that book. And of course, you get an exclusive content with 100x potential. Of course, that's not a financial advice. Exclusive content, in my personal opinion, with the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Once again, guys, thank you all. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. Thank you all, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.